Ladies and gentlemen, it is a beautiful February morning. It is, for you guys, it's Friday, February 3rd. For us, it is not. It's colder than shit, but that just means that we're not living in the hell earth that we would be living in if the New England Patriots were 7-time Super Bowl champions, because they're not. They lost, and we'll get into that briefly throughout the. We'll get into that a lot, actually. I feel like we both got a lot to say about that. But welcome back for episode 59. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good one day for us. By the time this comes out, it'll be a good 5 days for us because it'll be 5 more days that the Patriots aren't Super Bowl champions. So. Yeah, it's real cool. It's real cool. I don't know, whoever might not have known it, the Patriots are not Super Bowl champions, and they won't be for at least a year. Hopefully more. Hopefully many more.
Yeah. By the look of that game, we'll get into it. By the look of the game, it will probably be many more.
Let's hope.
Yes, yeah, you touched on it. It's post Super Bowl. It is pre-Valentine's or post Valentine's, depending on when you watch this. But it's a week of celebration.
Yeah, if you're on your shit, then Valentine's Day is tomorrow. If you're a real trooper and you're here on release day, but if you're here on any day, we thank you. Yeah. If you're here on any day, we thank you. If you're listening to this on Valentine's Day, then. Nice. I don't know what to tell you.
Hopefully it's in the car on the way to a date.
Yeah. And if it's not, then sorry, but you'll figure it out.
Otherwise,
Everybody's time comes.
Maybe. But if it doesn't, we're still here, so you got plenty of episodes to listen to.
That's right.
Dude, it's really funny to I just had a really funny thought based off of something you said, and then I lost it for a second. And
was it that the Patriots lost the Super Bowl? I think that's pretty goddamn hilarious.
That is very funny. I was actually thinking about the fact of if you're listening to this on the release day, props to you, because sometimes I never make the post, but usually it's 2 days later. So you're not waiting.
We just gotta send it as a refresher. The real ones know, and then the ones that don't know find out.
They're like, "Oh, they're a couple episodes up. Okay, we see. They're still going with it." Yeah.
Yeah. That's our fault, but at the same time, we do have lives, so much like everybody else.
Yeah.
Now, if more of you guys would watch, we wouldn't have to have lives. We could be on our ball. You know what I mean? Like we could.
I'd make it a priority.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have to have lives.
Yeah, I make the podcast a priority, but not necessarily the social media. I try to stay off of social media.
I've let that slip through the cracks a lot. I know both of us were real big on it when it first started, and now it's just kind of there. Like we have it. I do want to dive further back into it. It's just my life the last month or so with this attempted new career field has been kind of bonkers, but. I'm back to a regular schedule, and the worst part of my preparations are nearly over. By the time this comes out, I will be on my way home from my interview. So, I'll probably be home from my interview. Actually, we usually post this at 5, so I should be home by the time this comes out. So, hopefully, I'd like to lie to you guys and give you some good news, but I don't have it yet. So,
yeah, no new reason to lie when we're that confident that he's gonna have some real good news to give.
Yeah. And then hopefully next week I won't even have to lie to you guys. I can truth to you guys and give you some better news. But yeah, I mean, I'm back on a normal human schedule, so I would like to get back into the social media aspect of things just cuz it was kind of fun. It was fun, and also for the sake of our award show at the end of the year, we need to have clips to pick a clip of the year. Where else I've been around too much, but that I'll take full accountability for that one. I've been either prepping for the rest of life, or when I haven't, I've been breathing, enjoying the not stressful aspects of life. So,
well, as the one person that it all benefits, or I guess doesn't benefit from any effort you put forth, I know where you've been at, but I appreciate that you're at least, you know, conscious of it and thinking about the clips and stuff. But it's we both know that it's hard enough to be able to record for 2 hours and edit for 2 to 4 every week, on top of trying to make time for other things. And luckily, we're at a point in this whole process to where now we're going back and forth. So we have divvied up, you know, the editing process and stuff. But it's also nice to have that week off whenever you don't have, you know, to focus on just life. Whenever you don't have to focus on editing this. So it's totally understandable.
It is really good that every other week, whenever like when it's not, you know, like when it's not my editing week, it's like, okay, I can record. I'm done.
Yeah. Yep. You know that's it. One thing I have been doing, which could be good.
It's also a thing that like it's not even hard to do.
And we get
it's not even like that much of a task. It's just I forget.
I've been making little sticky notes periodically.
Yeah, that's how old Chantel goes sometimes, though.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's so funny too because I remember the day and time when Chantel was like, it was seen as the top-notch stuff, and now it's whatever.
Yeah, they can really slack in Glenville because what else are you gonna do?
Yes, yeah, literally.
Yeah,
and it's so. Which now you
can at least get Starlink, but
yeah,
that's about it.
Which I do have to say, just a PSA for anybody and a PSA for you, if you ever have solicitors at any stores or anywhere talking to you about internet service, just the first thing you say is, I have Starlink, and they'll be like, oh, okay, never mind. And they literally stop because they know nothing can beat Starlink. So
yeah, they know it's not worth their time. Yeah,
me and Faith have watched them talk the ear off of people, and then we watched one person say, "I have Starlink," and they're like, oh, "Okay, never mind." And we were like, "That's the key. That's it." So yeah, there's the key to getting out of those people at least.
Yeah, because isn't Starlink? You just have to buy the router one time. You don't have to pay shit, right? I mean, you have to pay for the router, obviously, but you don't have like an internet bill, correct? Like you just pay for the router.
Do. No, you still do. Yeah, you still do. But it's not. But it's totally worth it because the price is reasonable or cheaper. And
yeah.
Here's how well it is, which nobody except for you, White, will understand this. But my mom and dad got Starlink like 2 years ago, and all of my brothers have video games and consoles and phones, and they all play just fine without having any slowdown or anything. So it's extremely good. I can't really compare it to anything because it's just the best.
Yeah, Dad's got it, and I noticed a significant increase in like everything the second that he got it. Because the last time I went over there, he was like, "You on the new Wi-Fi yet?" I was like, "No, I don't believe so." He was like, "All right, get on the Wi-Fi." He got me on the Wi-Fi, and he was like, "Now try to do like anything." It all just loaded so fast, which was great because his old internet sucked. I don't know what he had, but it was trash.
Yeah.
And his service where he lives, like he's got service. You can make calls and texts and shit, but like if you're trying to scroll, you'll have some stretches where everything's fine. Then you'll have some stretches where it doesn't want to load anything. It's just like spotty.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has Starlink and it's insane. It's really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean.
Oh shit! Excuse me.
Sorry, dude. I was kind of listening, and then I started talking, and then I thought you were. It's just good. That's just it's.
Yeah, it's nice.
Especially for Glenville, like when you don't actually have, or Burnsville. Let's use like especially, which I guess your dad is kind of off the interstate, but still, I don't know. That's still If Burnsville's got it, everybody's got it.
Yeah. But shit, back to what I was saying about the clips though, is like it's not even too difficult to work, especially if we have a moment where we like a moment that stands out. Like I know when I made them religiously, I would go into it knowing exactly what I was going to make. Like I would just search, like in our transcript, I would just search keywords because I knew immediately what I was going for. But yeah, it's not even like a hard process. It's just I forget. Like I just a lot of the times I forget to. I know I meant to like sit down last week and make some, but then just slipped my mind. It's got
It can be timely
bit-
too. It can
yeah,
take some time to do so, like to make it a good solid clip. It's more than just tearing pieces out, So,
yeah. I remember one time I forget exactly how long it took, but it was like a 5 minute conversation that I took bits and pieces out of that I shaved down to like 90 seconds,
hmm
and that shit was tedious.
hmm
That shit was a hassle. Yeah, most
yeah.
of them really aren't. Most of them aren't that much of a problem. It's just I've been slacking. I don't even want to say I've been slacking on that aspect and diverting my attention to the rest of my life. But yeah, I'd like to hop back on it soon because it is fun. It is fun,
Yeah.
and we get some funny shit. And I think this part of this, like, shame on us, but I think a lot of it, like, we haven't had a ton of funny stuff recently. Like we've still
No,
had we've had good solid conversations and shit, but nothing that you listen to that'll just make you lose your marbles laughing.
not laughing. Well, but I look at it though as the real conversations. Like I think about the clips and stuff that make me relate and make me watch podcasts are the ones that make me relate. So even in the real conversations and stuff, I often with a lot of the sticky notes I often find that through the editing process, it can literally be just 20 or 30-second things that aren't super funny, but are
Yeah,
like, you know what, that's clip worthy and it's content.
yeah,
But you're right. There's nothing that with the fact that I'm having to just write stuff down while editing, there's nothing that's been sticking out to me like should make something off of that or should pull that out and should share it.
yeah. Because a lot of the times, like here recently, it's been something that like most of it's been you've been unable to condense it into a 30 to 60 second clip. Like it's something that you have to listen to the entirety of
Yeah.
to take any sort of anything from it. But yeah, man. Fuck. Oh yeah, with me swearing a couple times, that reminded me of I don't know about the last time you edited. The last time I edited, I think we shaved it down to like 40. Like we're doing good. I think we had
Yeah,
dude, 40 f words.
not in the last one that I edited because I just edited last week's, or maybe it was. It was one of the last ones. One of the last ones I think it was 36 total F words,
Really?
you know, which I cut out like I always cut out the ones that are just we're just adding in because it's the way we talk. But
Yeah.
there was probably 15 to 20 that I kept in because it was actually part of the conversation. So it's like, it's like I'm checking the box that there's some inappropriate content, vulgar language. But I keep them in there if they fit the conversation.
Right.
Or if it's not taken away from it or excessive.
Yeah. 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 A lot of the times we just use it as a comma.
It's so funny that
It's just punctuation.
yeah, it is the semicolon that unites two sentences.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Anyway, what all did you get into in your last week? Was there
Oh
anything
gosh.
eventful, anything noteworthy?
No, just a lot of work and then hanging out in some snow there this weekend and snow's whatever. Now we're into work again and I got a really busy day tomorrow. That's really crappy and just not going to be fun, but part of the job, so it's Monday and I'm wishing it was Saturday, so I'm ready to roll through the rest of this week, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just whatever. One of those
Yeah.
weeks. Yeah, nothing too crazy, nothing too exciting, just regular bills and dad and husband and life stuff, and then watching some silver. Been going through silver. Silver is sitting around $75 to $80. I forgot to check it today. Bad on me. Bitcoin took a big hot loss this week. It dropped like nearly 30% this weekend. So a lot of
Really?
people are freaking about that. October, mid-October, it was sitting around 125,000 per coin, and It was mid 60s at points today, probably sitting around 70 right now. So, uh, also doing bad. So, just freaking out about the economy and the future of this. Well, my life, I guess, not this country. But other than that, just the regular stuff. My normal ADHD, obsessive shit. Nothing too
Nice.
crazy. Yeah. I do have to ask, did you say it was Peacock that Soul Train was on?
The Naked Gun was what I was
Naked Gun.
was what I
Naked
was
Gun.
talking.
Sorry.
Yeah, Paramount Plus.
I wrote it down and I left my sticky note somewhere. I couldn't find it. I'm writing that down now. I was trying
That
to
shit
look at
was
it this
super
weekend.
funny.
Cool. Okay, thank you. What did
Shit
you
was
get into?
incredibly funny.
What have you been doing?
Last week was my short week, so just had to work Wednesday, Thursday. I now no longer have short weeks or long weeks. I just have weeks, so that's good. It's I worked today, and it's 5:30 p.m. and I'm still here, and I've been here for an hour and a half. I ended up not sticking around my extra hour, like I said I was going to, because I was bored. And I was like, well, I can leave at 3:30. I'm leaving at 3:30, so that's what I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, Friday we went out and we got some good food. Went out to a bar with Jocelyn's dad for a little bit. Got some really good chicken wings. And
Heck yeah.
then Saturday, what did we do Saturday? We didn't do a ton. Then we watched the UFC fight night, which we can talk about that. Although I don't remember very many of the. I don't think I remember any of the fighters, but those fight nights are where it's at. Those are fun. But then Sunday, we'll get into Sunday. It's kind of its own. It's got to be its own segment this week because it was the Super Bowl. But yeah, we can get into that fight night. I know you watched some of it. That shit was incredible. I had a good time watching that.
Yeah.
With
I
the
was
exception of what fight were we talking about that sucked? The heavyweight fight. I
the
don't remember
heavyweight
who
fight.
it was. I don't remember who it was, but it was trash. It was god awful. It was just 3 rounds of 2 dudes hugging each other against the cage.
Dude, and what's sad is the weekend before last, me and Faith were talking about it. You saw like the legit heavyweight fight in a sense of it went the entire round. At the end of the third round, neither one of the heavyweights could, and this was 2 weeks ago for everybody's reference, but neither one of the heavyweights, they both ended backs against the cage, 1 foot apart from each other. Neither of them could make it to their corner. They were so gassed, they literally high-fived like they had broken arms, and then they just looked at each other and laughed because they were dead. They knew that they couldn't do anything. They couldn't.
Yeah.
Everybody came over to them in the same. It wasn't even a corner because it was the middle of the. It was the middle of the cage, but it was just so funny because it was the opposite of what we saw there this weekend. I don't remember their names
atrocious.
either.
I have it pulled up here. I don't know how to pronounce their names. Rizvan Kanayev was the Russian guy, and he fought. This guy's Brazilian, so I think this J's pronounced funny. I think it's Hilton Almeida. That fight sucked nuts. That shit was terrible. It was so boring. This Russian guy who somehow ended up winning, he was like the main reason it was boring too. Like those were just 2 guys that were fighting. They were not fighting to win. They were fighting to not lose.
Yep.
And that's exactly what it looked like. That shit was garbage.
Yep. They were not trying to take each other's heads off like heavyweights do, and I don't know. I don't understand how they made it on the main card, and I don't think they'll be on one for a while.
Oh God, I would hope not. Well, I believe going into that, the dude that lost, I want to say was ranked. I think he was ranked like 6th in the heavyweight division, and the other dude was unranked. And I might be thinking of the wrong fight. I know there was one fight that night that was like that. And I believe it was that one, which is really unfortunate because it means that big Russian guy is going to be ranked if that's the case. Because you don't just beat the 6th ranked guy and not take a jump in the rankings. But God bless it, dude, that was boring. It was so terrible.
Yeah.
It was just hugging. And, like, that's the weight class where you want, like, you not only you want it, you expect guys to be throwing absolute nukes at each other. And these guys just weren't doing it.
No. No, it was just boring. You said it right. You're right, and it's simple. It was just boring. It's not UFC. It's definitely not main card event status. And
No.
I only watched 3 fights that night. That was one of them, and it was very disappointing. So
The main event was awesome.
I missed the main event.
It was nice. It was Mario Bautista and I don't know how to pronounce this guy's first name, but his last name is Oliveira. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because he's Brazilian, so I'm probably going to just butcher it. But I kind of like accidentally called the finish to the fight. I was sitting there, and it was just like probably 20, 30 seconds into the fight. The fight ended in round 2, like towards the end of round 2, but we're about 20, 30 seconds into the fight, and I looked at Jocelyn and I said, I said, this is the 3rd Paramount Plus event. I fell asleep during one of them because it was after work and I was dog-ass tired. I said, this is the 3rd Paramount Plus event, and we're at the main event of the 3rd one, last fight. And I don't think we've seen a submission yet. Sure enough, that fight ends in submission with some of the craziest groundwork I'd ever seen, dude. It was nuts. Like, this Bautista guy just wasn't taking no for an answer. He just, like... especially towards the end, like he was trying to slap in holds. I think he got taken down. And then immediately after he gets taken down, I don't even know how the hell he did it. It was so quick. He gets back on top. He gets in like half guard. He tries to lock in a Kimura. Dude starts to get up. His opponent starts to get up. Gets his back off the mat. Bautista just like teleports, like no clips, over to his backside and then like gets him in a rear naked choke. I was like, dude, how the fuck did he get there? That shit was so fast. And he tapped almost immediately. Like you could tell he had it locked in as soon as he got his arms around his neck. Like there was no getting out of it. There was no getting out of it. Like you could tell it was locked the second he got his arms there. He held on for maybe 2.5, 3 seconds, just tapped out. He knew he was done. But yeah, that was nice. I like seeing, like, and I'm not a big it's not that I'm not a fan of it, but I don't know a lot about it. Like BJJ and mat wrestling and stuff. Like I'm just not too well versed in it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I like when I can see it and it still entertains me and I can still tell how incredibly impressive it was, and that's what that main event was. I was like, dude, this dude can work on the ground. Like if he would have got this fight on the ground earlier, like that fight would have been a round shorter. Because I just don't, like, I don't know how you match it. I've never seen somebody in a fight night, maybe in the main card, maybe on a numbered event, like, but I just haven't seen a guy move like that on the ground. And they were bantamweights too, so they were just real tiny guys. But this guy was just moving around like a squirrel.
Yeah.
On the ground, dude. He looked like a cartoon, just climbing all over this dude. That shit was impressive, especially, like, for me being a person that I like seeing guys going in there swinging, but if I can see some very impressive groundwork, I'm like, oh, damn.
Yeah, because that's still part of it. That's still part of the sport.
Yeah.
You know, that's not boring to see if you understand what you're watching. You don't, and you touched on it well, you don't have to understand what you're watching in terms of understanding every single lock or move or, whatever it may be that's happening. It's just understanding that they're not doing nothing. And, that's the best to see. I think that's what has impressed Faith more because since watching it, that's the best thing about Paramount Plus is she's seen that there's a lot of how much training goes into it beyond, like, it's not boxing. It's not punching people in the face. It's not just kickboxing. It is literally, and so I went through that with her, and I was like, yeah, UFC, and I told her UFC compared to the other factions, and just explained to her what it was. And it was cool to see her actually take interest in it because, we now have the opportunity to watch it for a very low price each month. It's really cool.
It's been high quality. I gotta say, there's out of everything that I've seen, I've seen 2 full events, prelims through the very end, and then I saw like 2 fights of the one in Australia. It was a 325. I saw like 2 fights out of that before I dozed off because I was just exhausted. But like out of those 2 shows and some change, I have seen probably 2 disappointing fights.
Yep.
Like, now, not all of them have been perfect, and not all of them are going to be perfect, but there's only 2 that have been flat out bad.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty good. That's a hot start to a new era for anybody, but yeah, for
100%.
a fighting company.
I see them growing. The potential is ridiculous. No need to get into it. But what I do want to touch on is something that people constantly complain about, and I want to negate, is the advertisements. People constantly complain about the advertisements for it. And I'm just going to say this much. Before we get into the Super Bowl last night had a ridiculous amount of specific Peacock-only advertisements. Like, so, one, shut up. But also, whenever it comes to the UFC events, they have never once interrupted any of the main broadcast fights, announcements, talking, conversations, anything. They literally put it on when it's in between rounds or, there's a timeout or it's just in between actual fights. I haven't actually gotten upset with it. Like, you brought it up after, I think, the first one, because you had seen how people were upset about it, and so I've kind of been paying attention to the last 2, and I feel like they're timing them very well, actually.
Yeah. As long as they're not putting them in between bells, like, as long as that clock's not running, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Now, if they start doing picture-in-picture in middle of a round, I'm going to be a little bit pissed off. But if there's not action going on, dude, play the ads. That's why we can afford it. I'd much rather watch the ads than pay $70 for a pay-per-view, which I wouldn't do, or illegally stream it and have to refresh the stream every 60 seconds because your stream breaks.
And what's the difference between getting advertisements that are actually engaging, at least for us mentally, with videos, comparative to just getting an upshot of the ring where you're seeing the same 12 ads for a couple hours at a time? Because that's the only thing it's showing in between rounds. I don't know. I'm just not complaining about it in any way. I don't see it an issue yet, man.
Yeah, Dana White said it best after the first one. Which I'm not, I think Dana White's a prick, and I don't agree with a lot of what he says. But somebody had asked him in like the post-fight presser about like all the ads. He said it's $8.99. Like, hey, we got to pay these guys somehow. It's $8.99. Like, yeah, he's right. It's much cheaper than it has ever been in the history of the sport. Like, I'll take some commercials. I don't care. I got to get up and pee every once in a while. I'll take some commercials.
It's no different than any other sport.
No, not at all.
So, or television, or like literally anything. The only way that you're not getting commercials is if you pay a whole bunch of extra for certain streaming services, or you go to the movie theater. That's the only way you're not getting mid-cut commercials.
Yeah. I'm fine with all the ads. What I really like about the fight night, as opposed to the numbered events, they wasted almost no time in between fights.
No, they push them through.
It was like fights over, ad break, we're back. All right, these guys are already here in the octagon. Here's who they are. Fights going.
That's what made me miss the main event, because I was like, I have time in between doing stuff, and I play VR in the evenings now, and I hopped off and I got back on, and it was literally them talking about the fight because it had just ended, and I was like, how did it just end in the second round? Like, this makes no sense. And then I went online and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But they really didn't waste time. Like, it was right after another. It was honestly very good for television, because you don't have to stay up till 1 a.m. to finish fights.
Yeah, it was nice. I think it was done at like 10:30 or 11 or something. The
next
one's going to be sweet too.
The next one
should be better. The next fight night, February 21st. This will be the first since they've started this weekend will be the first weekend that we do not have UFC.
Yeah. I'm really pissed off about that, dude. I thought that I was free and busy this weekend. I'm free this weekend and busy the 21st. That Saturday night, I have a comedy show I'm going to.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, so I'll freaking miss that Saturday night's fights, which sucks because, who's in it? The main
Yeah,
card.
I might be in town for that weekend because I was supposed to come last weekend, then the weather, and then I also just like Dalton was supposed to come up here, then his car broke down. He was supposed to come up here and grab his stuff, but his car broke down. Then I was supposed to be here for the inspectors to come and look at something, and then the inspector had like a family emergency and he couldn't make it. So like I there was a billion reasons why I was supposed to stay up here, and then none of them ended up happening other than the weather. The weather was shitty from what I've heard, from what you and Mom told me. Friday the weather was pretty rough. But
Just
yeah,
Friday,
I should be down. I should be down for the weekend of the 21st. I know you said you'll be out of town, but I mean I'll be there Friday too. If you're free Friday, we can do something.
Yep. I'll be free Friday and some of Saturday. We should definitely try to get an episode in, or actually even not, if not an episode, just like you said, do something, hang out for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna touch on it for a second, dude. It's a good thing you didn't come down there Friday because there were so many accidents that there ended up being that they shut down the interstate on the way down here, and there were people that worked at the Walmart in Weston that ended up having to stay at the hotel across the street because they couldn't get home. And I just happened to be out at the grocery store on Saturday and Sunday, and I heard people in Clarksburg and Weston talking about how bad it was. This lady in Weston said that there were a number of cars that ran out of gas because they had them sitting so long. So their cars were just
Really?
stuck in the mid. Yeah. So you definitely could have made it just because it was mainly idiots on the interstate, but it would have been hard for you to. If you could have got to Morgantown or Fairmont, you could have taken some side roads and gotten, but it was definitely safer that you didn't, just on the off chance of you being like, well, I got a quarter of the tank, I can get to Weston, and then freaking, yeah. As soon as that woman said that, all I thought was, I'm glad Wyatt didn't try to come down. Like,
My car is also having some issues I have discovered this morning too, so that's probably a good thing I didn't make it down because I would have had those issues then instead. That's just how it goes.
yeah,
But
yeah.
nothing I shouldn't be able to fix. I'll hopefully get it fixed either tomorrow or Wednesday, just as long as I get it done before my interview. I mean, it doesn't prevent the car from running. It's just like I'm just burning through antifreeze. Which is not, it's not leaking. It's not leaking. I'm just like burning through it. But I think I know what my problem is, and
Running hot.
I should be able to fix it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Good.
But I'll cross that. If I can't, then I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I know I'll at least get to, even if I got to get to 2 jugs of antifreeze and I just burn through all of it. I've got to get to my interview, and I will get there come hell or high water. So,
Yep.
I'm not missing that for the world.
Yep.
Yeah, man. UFC Fight Night was good. UFC is 3 for 3 on events so far. I enjoyed it. I hate that there isn't one this weekend, but 21st.
I'm glad of that, honestly. I'm glad that there's not, only because, well, actually, I guess it really doesn't matter because if I don't watch it, I don't watch it, but it's nice that it's just on. So then again, though, for you to have 1,200 plus fighters, you could probably make out 50 plus a week, or a year.
This coming weekend is the only one for at least the next 2 months where there's not, or for the next month and a half where there's not one. So there's not one this weekend. There's a fight night February 21st, February 28th. There's UFC 326 on March 7th. Another fight night on the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to give Dana props then, because I would say it's because Mr. The Love Day, the Day of Love, is happening, and he understands his fighters only get punched in the face for their families. So if anything, right? They should be able to have that day for themselves. That's really cool, honestly. And that's exciting. Well, I won't get to watch that one there Saturday. We'll hang out there before the next event, but you'll be able to give everybody a good rundown on, well, what happens.
Yeah, yeah, I'm hoping so. I'll definitely be watching it. I'll probably watch it with Sealy.
Yeah.
Gotta get my UFC expert in on the on the shit. I haven't watched UFC with Sealy in a long time. I hope he still gets hammered and really into it.
First of
I
all,
get really into it too. Like I get super excited, but he sits there like a coach. I'm like, all right.
here's the thing.
All right.
I'm a fan. You said it well right there. Look at that. I love these analogies that are developing right now because I can speak for myself. I'm a fan. If I drink, I'm gonna get really excited. But if I don't, I'm gonna get excited. I'm gonna get hyped. But I'm not gonna tell him what to do.
No.
But old Coach Seeley, we can guarantee that he knows enough, which he does know more, but he's gonna tell him what to do. So we really get double entertainment when you watch with him.
It is really funny. It's super
funny. It's why I've never said anything to him about it because one, it's not my place. He's being himself, but also, it's entertainment. Like,
yeah, it's funny.
It's not affecting anybody. It's just funny to sit there and watch.
And he's not doing it to be funny, but it's still funny. Like
that's what makes it funny.
Better. Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's super funny. Well,
It's
that
great.
will be. Now I'm even more sad that I'm not going to be here for it. I'm going to be watching some comedy show. Not some comedy show. It'll be okay. But
Who is it? Who are you going to see? I feel like you told me a week or so ago, and I forgot.
this, I'd have to get Faith. He tours with that guy. Trevor, I think is his name, that got big when we were in high school for doing like the Kevin. He would do the monster stuff, and he'd always be the Kevin. He'd be like, "I drink monsters."
Trevor Wallace. Trevor Wallace.
Yes,
Yeah. I love that
Trevor.
guy, dude. He's funny as shit.
So it's Trevor Wallace's best friend. It's the one that he does all the skits with and tours with.
It's the dude that does the podcast with? That guy?
Yes. So Faith got these ones since I got the last ones. Faith wanted to see this guy. So, dude, and you know how they do crowd work out the butt? We are literally sitting 2 rows from the front, right in front of where they will be. Like, Faith got the most direct tickets. Yeah, she said, "I'm very worried." And I said, "You should be. You should be."
Yeah. Definitely should be. Did you say you picked those ones out, or she picked those ones out?
She bought those ones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She may have made a grave mistake.
Especially if I've had a few in me, I might go along with the guy, and that would just be wrong.
Yeah, right?
That would be awesome. No, but I am excited
That would be
for
hilarious.
it. But I thought it was this weekend because I thought it was like a Valentine's Day thing. But nope.
Yeah, but before we get into the Super Bowl, are you guys doing Valentine's Day stuff? Do you have anything planned, or are you just having a family day at the house, or what's going on there?
We don't really have anything planned. It's really crappy. Like, I feel like a bad husband and significant other. I've talked to her about it. Right now, we don't really have extra money to do anything, even just go out to a dinner or anything. This weekend, I was lucky enough, I was able to get her a whole bunch of sushi and little stuff, and I went out by myself there yesterday and stuck around and, got her some good little gifts, and I'll write her a nice, probably funny poem in the card or something. But just little stuff. We'll probably hang out with Layla and just have a good day together. We've talked about it. And we know where we're both at. And luckily, back in December when we planned Christmas and everything, we realized that it'd probably be a little tough on us this year. So that's why we planned these little events to go to. So we're kind of looking at next weekend maybe as more of a Valentine's sort of weekend.
Right.
But we'll still have the day together and stuff. I do just want to say, shout out Faith. I don't think you watch these. I went to buy her flowers. I went to order her flowers. She did not want flowers. She doesn't want flowers delivered to the school. She doesn't and I was like, "Do you realize how crappy that is?" And she said, "It's just annoying. Like, the amount of kids that go there, and then it seems less significant." And she said, "Nothing against it. Flowers just die." And I was like, You're
right.
You're right. I like you. And so,
Yeah, I have some dead ones in my windowsill from Christmas right now. Yeah, not mine, but not my. I bought them, but yeah, that's what they are. They're dead, and that's where they're at is in the windowsill.
so I think I have some Lego flowers. We have a whole bunch, but I have some specific Lego flowers. I think we'll just build some Lego flowers. They never die.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what are you doing? Do you have anything planned for Jocelyn, or are you
Um.
guys like going out and spending the day together?
Yeah, we're gonna do both. We're going to the Cheesecake Factory is the first plan. We're gonna go to the Cheesecake Factory, and then we're gonna go to Mount Washington and go probably ride the incline, go to the top of that, do all that cool shit. Um, yeah, I feel like I felt the strong need to like have a do something decent for Valentine's Day this year because last year Valentine's Day was a week after I abruptly moved into this apartment. So I had like zero money because I spent all of it moving in here.
Yeah.
So we last year we went like really little. Like we got each other like just little chocolates and stuffed animals and shit and like we got some kind of dinner. Like we got pizza or wings or something that we both like. So this year I felt like not too super extravagant. Now next year's gonna suck because we're both gonna have solid jobs. So I'm gonna be like, shit. Now I got to do something big.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel obligated to, but it'll be cool. This weekend will definitely be cool.
It's cool because no matter what point in the relationship you guys are at next year, like I know you guys will be making buku money, but more than likely, I feel like just being able to upgrade yourself in terms of what you're able to do. So you just take her to a nicer restaurant, and
Yeah.
especially with somebody like Jocelyn, she's very down to earth like Faith. It's really just getting to spend the day with you. I love that. I got to give you props there, dude. I just want to shout you out. That's awesome. I love. First of all, it's definitely not necessary to do something more
Right.
than what you did last year, just because that's the traditional Valentine's Day. But knowing that you're able to and wanting to do that for her, that's just what it's all about, dude.
Yeah.
When you find that significant other, it's cool to have that desire to like go out of your way to do to want to do extra for them.
Yeah, it's the main reason I want to is because I feel like last year it was like real centered towards me because she felt bad about the whole situation that made me feel like I had to move, which I did have to move. I had to get the hell out of there. But she felt bad about that, and she felt bad about me having to sink all of my savings and stuff into getting the place. And she also felt bad that like I really wasn't able to like go out and do anything or to get her very much of anything. So it was like she went out of her way to make me feel better during all of that. So I was like, okay, I owe you one. You really delivered last year because this time last year I was losing my goddamn marbles. So now now I'm not. Now I feel like I owe you one. So that's where I'm at on that one. She went out of her way to kind of make sure I was good during a rough time. So I'm like, okay, I'm able to this year. I can get you back. I can do some nice shit. So,
And that's the best thing about it.
Yeah.
That's the. I don't mean to interrupt. I love hearing about it, and that's what I tell everybody. Like, I'm the biggest freaking sucker whenever it comes to love because I just love love. It's my favorite saying. I love love, and whenever you have a significant other, or just somebody that you can rely on, it's understanding that they're able to pick up the slack, or not even pick up the slack, but they're able to assist you in the times that you're down, and they want to. Like, you feel the desire to be there and to do things for them, and it's just those relationships that you're able to build in life that are so, they're what keep us going. But specifically relating to Valentine's Day, I love hearing that, and that's awesome to hear for you guys. I'm very excited for you all.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. It's I said before the year it's gonna be a good year so far. It has been, and I think it's just gonna keep getting better because she's gonna be she's getting out of school soon. Passed another test today. She's kicking ass there. She got good grades and shit. Like we're moving right along with the plans.
That's what's up.
So and then hopefully come August we'll be out of here. We'll still be in Pennsylvania. We'll still even be in the county, but we're trying to find a place like out in the sticks, like kind of secluded if we can.
Trying to get a
Not
house.
super. Yeah. I mean, we're just gonna rent, but
Right. That's what. Yeah.
yeah, we're just gonna rent. But we are trying to find a house. We looked at a place. Obviously, no telling if it's gonna be available. But we looked at a place that's about an hour away from here. It was over towards Greensburg, and it's pretty nice. It looks like shit on the outside because it's painted awfully, but it's pretty sweet on the inside, and it's just like it's out by itself. It's super cheap, but that's our main goal is to find like a house that doesn't break the bank, so we can sit here and collect our nice paychecks with, and like put them in our pockets because
Yeah.
we're each coming up on the area or the time where we're due for new cars, and like not just from like earning them from the increase of pay, but like our cars are old. Our cars, we both drive 2014s. They both have quite a decent amount of mileage on them. Mine's up left and right. Every time I fix something else up. Thankfully, nothing's been too huge yet. But yeah, it's just getting to that point in time where we're due for some new cars, so we're gonna put money away for that, and then eventually, of course, we want to buy a house, so put money away for that too, and then before we start the whole family thing, we want to do some trips. Like we know we can do trips with family going on, but like we want to do some trips that you can't take kids to as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we want to go to like Vegas and shit and stuff like that before we.
You want to
So
experience life together. You want to experience life
Yeah,
together before being able to take. I fully understand. As somebody that does not have that opportunity anymore, and understood that going in, and after having an older sister that has said the same. That's the biggest thing. I would never take anything away, but this isn't the 1980s. This isn't 2000, and because of that, experience on life with each other that's part of creating that bond that lasts a lifetime. And
yeah,
it, not that anybody rushes into kids, and depending on your lifestyle and what your dreams and what your goals are, it's obviously different than everybody else. But for a lot of people, just the average person, it can be very strenuous to not have those memories and have those bonding times, those experiences, only because it's so much more centered around one specific thing that if you take out, you're like, well, where are we? What is this?
yeah,
So being able, just from somebody that's on the other side of it, I think that's very important. Even if it's just, you know, little tiny life things, not necessarily trips, but little tiny life things. Experiencing them together and as two rather than three or more is, I feel, very important. Like, it's the biggest advice I could give to young couples or couples, that aren't married, is
right,
experience life together. Because when you can't, it makes everything that much harder,
yeah,
and in ways
yeah.
that you
We're
don't
gonna
understand. Oh gosh, yeah.
yeah. We're gonna do some fun shit over the next over the the entire future, but over the next year, yeah, we're trying to cram in as much fun stuff as we can because she's older than me, so we're not waiting around too awful long for the whole family ordeal, but
Yep.
we're still gonna get our
Get your
one-on-one
time in
experiences in.
together. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic, and that's a great way to put it. It's taking nothing away from your future, but it's acknowledging where you're at right now and making sure you're enjoying those times together.
yeah,
Which will only make that next stage of your guys' life that much more impactful and meaningful for you guys, because
right.
you go and continue to do things, and you're like, oh wow, last time it was just the two of us. Now, so
Yeah, yeah, that too. Yeah,
it's
that's
just the
gonna be
best,
big.
dude. I'm telling you, I talk to Gunner periodically. I talk, like, it's so funny to see the difference between an adult and not, or a parent and not a parent, and you have an appreciation for both sides, and it's the best. Like, you understand the highlights of each side and can appreciate both without necessarily throwing shade on anything specific. It's
Yeah,
it's a cool dynamic overall. I love it. I can't wait.
Shit, man, I think it's a good time to. I think it's a good time to start talking about
Oh,
the Patriots losing the Super Bowl.
yes, the old Patriots
before
got
we
whooped.
talk about this, before we talk about this game, were there any commercials that you liked? I mean, there were a few that I didn't like. I thought the majority of the commercials actually kind of sucked. Like at least I don't know about sucked, but were underwhelming.
I
But were
just
there
want to
any
show
that
you.
stood out to you that you really enjoyed?
This is my
Oh
list of
shit!
notes from the Super Bowl. I knew this would be the highlight of our thing. We can run through them quick. First thing is the commercials. That's why I was throwing that up there. So first, I want to talk about the Lay's potato chips. I don't remember what it was, but I wrote it down. So check it off the list. I've talked about it, everybody. Uh, I'm assuming I liked it. I think those are the only ones that I liked. Second one, Levi jeans. If it was not for Woody being in there, that captured me for the entire 30-second spot.
Oh, that shit was funny as hell, dude.
That was, and as a marketer, I think it's hilarious because I understand their message, showing that Levi's not just a workman's jeans; it's in everybody's jean. It's all styles, but also kind of funny because simultaneously they got 120 plus million people to stare at butts. That's funny.
They did.
That's
They
really fun,
did.
and nothing but butts.
They also kind of did that during the halftime show, yeah. But they did that for that commercial for sure.
The commercial I want to say was probably the best and I enjoyed was the Goodwill Dunkin', the Dunkin' Donuts commercial that just
Oh
had the
yeah.
flashback to all the 90s characters. I enjoyed that one. And then I put Pokemon made a commercial, but why? Because it made no
Yeah,
sense.
what was it for? I thought that same thing. I remember
Nobody
Jocelyn was
enjoyed it.
talking to me during that one. She was talking to me during that one, and I saw a Pokemon on the screen. I said, "Hold on." I said, "I got to see what this is." I thought it was a game or something, but no, it was just like, hey, it
We've
was
been
just a bunch
out.
of celebrities that were, yeah, it was a bunch
We're
of
here.
celebrities that were like, "This is my favorite Pokemon right here."
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
hear you.
total
They
bullshit,
all got
first
some.
of all, too.
They all got some shit favorites too.
It's total bullshit. They were totally scripted. None of those. I hate bull crap. So that one frustrated me. But honestly, my just looking at my thing and remembering, I agree with you, dude. It was a very lackluster Super Bowl commercial throughout. It was a
Yeah.
fail.
Did you see? I don't know if you missed it. My favorite commercial, hands down, was the Instacart commercial. Did you see that one? With Ben Stiller and then the singer.
Faith, yes, Faith loved that
Dude,
one. Which I've seen
that
iterations
was
of that
funny
for
as
the past few
shit.
weeks. I've been seeing stuff. It was not what they actually played, though. I was a little upset because Pepsi played that polar bear commercial. I've been seeing that for like 2 weeks
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
But they
Still
actually did
funny.
make
I
that
still
one
liked
different.
it, but yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, that's what got me. What did you think about the Bud Light commercial? And
I
you
don't
know
think
how
I
they
saw
do?
it.
Oh, they do a. Okay, so do you know how in I forget which country it is. Do you know how in one of the countries they do a cheese race where they roll a thing of cheese down the hill and everybody runs at it? Well, this
Yeah,
commercial had it was Shane Gillis and Post Malone, and there was a keg at the top, and somehow it ended up getting rolled down, so everybody just started running and falling down the hill chasing it, and Post Malone
that's
included.
awesome.
And then you just see Shane Gillis walking down slowly, and he's like, "Why would you guys do that? That's a tap." And then he walked over, and the rest of the commercial was just people drinking and him and them laughing about it. But it was a good one, but it was also like, I don't know, not Super Bowl, Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I can't get that Instacart commercial out of my head. That was funny as shit. I had to like show it to people at work today because there were people at work that didn't see it. I asked people. I was like, "Did you see the Instacart commercial with Ben Stiller?" He was like getting showed up by the singer. Like they were both up there singing. And then the one guy was an actual singer. I forget his name, but my boss at work knew who it was.
No,
And he
he's
was
a
like an
killer.
actual singer. Yeah. And
I
Ben
love
Stiller
him.
was getting like upstaged, so he climbed up to the top of the stairs and jumped off and did like a gainer and killed himself on all of the stage props.
Yes. Benson Boone's his name. Benson Boone.
That's right, yes.
I really like that guy, and I hate that I do because I just feel like a feminine female if I say that. But I do enjoy that guy just from the
Yeah.
clips I've seen. I don't know his music, but that commercial was good, and I would say about five. I'd say there were five good commercials that were worth remembering. I recommend you checking out that Bud Light one.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that. And then
Yeah.
there was the one, the kid with his backpack.
What one's that one?
Oh, that was like the discrimination commercial. So where somebody put that kid was walking through the school with his backpack, and somebody put a sticky note on it that said "Dirty Jew."
I didn't watch that, but
Yeah, I saw that, and the comments that I saw online about it were hilarious.
I guarantee it. You're setting them up at that point.
One of them, one of the comments that popped out the most to me was, yeah, that kid put that sticky note on his backpack himself.
That was probably the most liked.
If you it has 65,000 likes. If you go on Twitter and search the words "Dirty Jew," it is the first one that pops up.
That's funny.
But yeah, that was what happened at the. It was like this kid walking through the hallways at school, and they were a bunch of people were like looking at him and chuckling and about his backpack, and they had the sticky note on it, and then
Yeah. Yeah, I missed that one. I'll have to check that one out.
and then it was some black dude came up and was like, "All right, I know how it feels, dude." You know, it was pretty much just like reassuring him, and then I watched that commercial and I was like, those two are not the same thing, even a little bit.
Yeah.
Those are not the same thing.
That's awful, bro. That's funny.
Yeah.
I really want to watch that. I don't have any other commercials that I can remember.
The fat
What do you
dude
think-
wasn't on there. They didn't have the fat dude commercial. That was sweet.
What's the fat dude?
The,
commercial?
the one we talked about a couple weeks ago with that big fat guy that was shaming everybody else because he was fat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that guy, dude, I listened to that again at work whenever I was editing the podcast. That bothered me even more because he was really like playing this self-pity card way too hard.
Yeah, he was so mad that he was fat and it was everybody else's fault.
But he was called himself. It was funny because he knew the specifics of his issues, but they weren't his fault.
Yeah.
But he knew the specifics, so yeah, just funny. What did we'll break it down half by half at halftime. What did you think of the first half of the game?
I thought that Drake May has the pocket awareness of a goddamn slug. He took a bunch of sacks in that game. Now, granted that a lot of that was due to his atrocious offensive line, but I remember seeing one of them. I think it was the second or third sack where he literally got sacked around his offensive lineman. His offensive lineman got pushed into him, and he didn't move. He was just sitting there with the ball, sitting there like this, and his offensive lineman gets pushed back into him, and he doesn't go anywhere. He's just like still standing there like, oh.
Like you're
And the dude,
playing
like,
Madden
reaches
and
around.
forgot to run.
And the dude reached, he just dropped his controller. That's what it was. He had dropped back, he dropped his controller, and he got sacked. But, like, the defender reached around the offensive lineman and brought him down. And I was like, dude, is he even, like, paying attention? Like, does he know what's
trying?
going on other than down the field? Yeah. He looked like shit. Drake May looked atrocious. If you were to just watch that game, you think, how in God's green earth did this guy finish second in MVP voting?
6 sacks,
A
2
real
interceptions.
close second, too.
Terrible.
Yeah, like, some of those sacks were not his fault. Some of them most certainly were.
3 of them.
Like, just
I'd
holding
cut
on,
it
to
in
the,
half.
holding on to the ball too long. Not even attempting to get out of the pocket. And with as much like he can run, he had a significant amount of rushing yards this year. I think he had the most. I think they said last night statistically the best rushing quarterback this season. You could have fooled me.
Yeah.
That
He
dude
didn't.
looked like he didn't know what running was.
They had like less than 80 rushing yards total as an offense. Yeah, they were that was just terrible. It was just boring. It goes back to kind of that UFC heavyweight fight. The first half was boring. It reminded me of a regular season Steelers game. Nothing but
That's what
kicking.
I thought. Yeah.
It is just atrocious, bro. Um, Not Super Bowl worthy. Not Super
No.
Bowl. Not a Super Bowl game in any way. But again, we are very happy with the outcome. Outcome is
Yeah,
what I
like the
want.
only reason that I was entertained is because the Patriots looked like complete garbage. They shouldn't have been there.
No,
They can thank their lucky stars that Bo Nix blew his ankle out because the Broncos had so much more of a reason to be there than the Patriots did.
and would have put
They
up a
looked
good
like they
game.
didn't know what was going on.
Nothing against the Seahawks, which I'll get into them and the players I might mention here in a little bit, but I really wish that Matthew Stafford would have been able to win this year.
Yeah. He's
I
coming
was
back
really
next year though.
yeah. At what, 38 probably, 37.
Yeah, I believe that's right. I think it's 38. I don't know if he'll be 38 at the start of the season, but he will be by the end because he's 37 right now.
Okay, yeah. That's crazy to think about, man. We're aging too fast. I don't like it.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
remember whenever he was, 23, 24,
Yeah,
blowing his shoulder out. Oh, no, he's 38 right now. I'm sorry. He just turned 38. So he will be 38 this season. He turned 38 Saturday.
dude, that would have been so cool to turn 38 and then smoke the Patriots in the Super Bowl. That would have been.
I think half the NFC would have won that game.
Oh, more, yeah, yeah. That game. But then again, though, I do have to give props. That Seahawks defense is crazy. Like
They're very
they
good.
are good. I was very impressed with them. I guess we can move on to the next part. What did you think about the halftime show, dude? I have a bunch of thoughts on it, but I can get into that in a second. What did you think of it? How'd you enjoy
The
it?
performance itself was cool. I liked it. Like I like the performance aspect of a lot of halftime shows. I think music wise, not every Super Bowl halftime shows for everybody. You know, I've seen a lot where the music I didn't like, but like as long as the performance is good. I told Jocelyn the only way you have a bad halftime show is if you half-ass it,
Yeah,
performance wise, and they did not. They most
yeah,
certainly did not. I thought it was cool. Of course, it's not my music. You know, I don't speak Spanish, but I'm not one of these old people that are like, get this Mexican. He's not Mexican, by the way, but all those people that are like, get this Mexican out of here. He needs to be speaking English. This is football. I'm like, dude,
yeah,
it's just music. It's all right. Like it's not that big of a deal. But the
yeah,
performance itself was pretty sweet. Um, yeah, I thought a lot of people got way too up in arms about that, and they got like incorrectly up in arms too. Everybody's like this goddamn foreigner. Like he's Puerto Rican, bro. That's
yeah. They're a
he.
territory of us.
Yeah, they belong. They're in the United States.
Yeah, yeah,
And I also believe he ended the whole thing with "God Bless America" too. So,
yeah.
like, not the
Yeah,
song, not the song, but the words. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, and he start. Together we are America as well.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
it. See, yeah, I have. I don't agree with anybody that's making fuss about it. So I enjoyed the
Right.
show. I don't really know his music, but I've enjoyed what I have been able to listen to. But I enjoyed the show itself. I do dislike though that I could not understand anything he said. And there's nothing wrong with that. And my point of that is saying that nothing against this, and this isn't, I mean, I guess it could be taken as, but it's not a racist comment. This isn't the World Cup. So, out of most of the people listening, nobody understood what was going on. And even if you had subtitles on, the Spanish was translated to Spanish.
Yeah.
So, as a viewer and a lover of the sport, I understand upset if you're like, I would at least like to be able to understand what I'm trying to dance to or what I enjoy. 100% the show was fantastic. His message was on point. What he was doing is awesome. And also, he told us weeks before, I will be speaking in only Spanish. So there's no
Yeah.
room to be like surprised by it. But
I know, yeah.
as
There's
somebody,
so many people were mad about it before it even happened and then watched it anyway just to get more mad about it.
and that's the funniest thing. So as a marketer, that's bad. Only because, no offense, looking at the number of populations that watch it, most people are white and African American. Neither of those speak Spanish, so, especially whenever it comes to NFL fans. So, who you're catering to is not the people that are going to understand that. So you got to expect some backlash. The backlash, though, has to be very fair and to the point of the show wasn't bad. I just wish I could understand what he said. Um, I've seen a lot of people that have been being very negative just because he's speaking Spanish and overall his Hispanic descent. But one, they're missing the message, and then two, goes back to what you said. They still watched it. There's a bunch of retards that said, "Oh, go watch the Turning Point USA." Hey, guess what? 130 plus people watched the halftime show for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
6.1 million people tuned in to the Turning Point USA show. And though there is nothing wrong with Kid Rock, and I will defend Kid Rock right now, if you're going to say as a believer in Jesus that people can change, you have to believe that Kid Rock has changed in terms of who he has presented himself as a person. But he's not the halftime show. Turning Point USA is not the NFL, and they are not going to even begin to take over any actual fraction of viewership. The people that watched the Turning Point USA, I would guarantee you, were already watching or listening to whatever the event they were putting on at the time.
Yeah.
You're as somebody that literally just had it, I am upset that I didn't understand his music, but I don't know Latin music, and he literally sung
Yeah.
Latin songs. So, partially, I understand I have a reason to be upset, but I can negate it with a simple discussion. And so, overall, I just want to go back to how you started or how you ended. The message was fantastic. We are America. God bless America. Together we are, and that's what
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's being able to have discussions as individuals, as people with different beliefs, and understanding that together our beliefs mix and we become the greatest country in the world. We continue to stay the greatest country in the world. Um, I love everything about who he is and what he's representing.
Yeah, he seems
Out,
like a really cool dude, yeah.
absolutely. Outside of the music, I wish I could understand that for an American sport. I want to end on you carried more yards than the Patriots did, so by 50 plus. So props to Bad Bunny. You did fantastic. Hell of a stat night for you, honestly.
Yeah.
Performance and 120 plus yards carry. That's incredible. Not many Super Bowl performers can say that.
No.
So
I wonder if Polymarket had a bet for
no,
Bad
but
Bunny's
dude,
rushing yards.
imagine if they did. Holy cow. Oh, I just
I'm
unplugged
on
myself.
I'm on the wait list for USA Polymarket because the week that the week that I wanted to talk about those prediction market things, I wanted to sign up for one just so I could like read the bets that were on there. Turns out Polymarket is not in the United States yet, so I've been told that I got put on a wait list. I am number 812,158 on this wait list, so I'm gonna be waiting a minute, but
That's
I'm on it.
really that's really funny because Giannis Antetokounmpo is an investor in it. He owns.
He's an
part of the
investor
company.
in the other one. He's an investor in Kalshi, the other one.
Kalshi. Sorry, Kalshi.
Yeah,
that's right.
that one is already in the United States. That was the one that I was reading the bets from a couple weeks ago.
Okay, that's why that was
Yeah,
in my
because
head.
I couldn't get into Poly Market, but
Dude,
because
I went in.
I didn't know it wasn't US yet.
Yeah. I went in and I read on that article when I saw that because I remembered that name sticking out to me from you. And I do not understand how this is not partial insider trading on his
I
part.
have no
Like
idea.
that is definite. That is, I don't understand that. I'm truly dumbfounded, and I'm certain there will have to be an NBA investigation, right?
You would think so.
That's just crazy. I don't know. Um, but anyways, back to halftime. What'd you think of the second half? What'd you think of their?
I like that the Patriots were still getting their ass whooped. That was pretty cool. That was like my
Yeah,
favorite
even
part of that was my favorite part of quarters 1 through 4, and even like during the halftime show, I was like, damn, this performance is pretty good, and the Patriots are getting their ass whooped. I remember I took a break to go get a shower, so I didn't have to take one right before bed, and I'm in the shower, and I'm like, wow, it's pretty sweet. The Patriots are getting their ass whooped right now. This is awesome.
and I want to put the Patriots lost very badly, and Drake May had more touchdowns, more yards, and a better QBR rating than the winning quarterback, and that's with getting sacked 6 times and intercepted twice.
Yeah.
That's how bad the that's how bad that game was. That's
He
honestly a
did
good way
really
to put
good.
it.
He did really good in the fourth whenever the game was over.
Yeah.
Everybody stopped playing except Drake May.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I
Um,
could probably do something here."
yeah, I can
Did you
salvage his stat line a little bit.
did you see that there was a streaker on the field?
Yeah, did you hear what the commentator said about it? So there's some rocket scientist out here trying to join the game.
Why do they have to cut stuff? Oh, why could they not keep stuff in the main broadcast, dude?
That's, like that one was in the broadcast. I heard it. They didn't show the guy, but the commentators were like, all right, give us a second. We got some rocket scientists out here trying to join in on the fun. I don't know exactly what verbiage they use, but I know they said we got some rocket scientists out here.
That's crazy, dude.
Dude, one of the Patriots players, I saw the footage that somebody took of it. One of the Patriots players was this close to lighting him up, but he
Oh,
like
really?
fell.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
There was a Patriots player that was about to knock his head off of his shoulders, and then he fell.
Imagine having a bunch of broken bones before being put in jail.
Yeah,
Because you
right.
thought it was smart to run on. Out of every sport, hockey and football, don't try it.
No.
Like, every sport, don't try it. Baseball will just let you run. Some NBA will stop you, but you got a short distance, so you know you're only making it so far to begin with. But football's risky, dude. Honestly, I never thought about it, but I can't imagine a pro football player just seeing somebody.
Oh,
I can imagine the excitement on that guy's face. I bet he had the biggest smile. I bet he had the
yeah.
biggest smile. He was like, please, please,
Yeah.
please, please, please. Oh my gosh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that later. I'm gonna try to pull that up later.
I know if I was a pro football player and I saw somebody running out on the field, I'm like, oh, here it is. I got free range on this one. I'm gonna fuck this guy's day up.
I get paid to screw people over on this field. He's on this field. Payday. Payday.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Yeah, he has entered shark infested waters. Oh man. Yeah, that I don't get why people do that shit, man. Unless he got on these prediction markets and bet for there to be
A streak. Well, and honestly, with the Super Bowl, that's probably a regular bet to begin with. I bet
yeah,
that's
that was
on.
probably just on DraftKings, yeah.
In that case, today that's actually worth doing. If you're okay with the embarrassment of it and also
Yeah.
probably getting fired from your job.
Yeah, right. The risk of also getting decapitated by an angry New England Patriot who's losing a football game pretty bad.
And that's the biggest risk that's the biggest risk you're playing right there. Oh my gosh. Uh, yeah, I guess I do want to talk about. I guess I could end with congratulations, Kenneth Walker, first running
Yeah.
back in 20 plus, nearly 30 years, uh, to get MVP. But I still want to say, I think the kicker should have gotten it.
Yeah.
I, I,
Yeah,
I it,
we could have taken just the kicker's points and he would have beaten the Patriots.
he was the difference maker the entire like understanding yards. Without him, and the reason I say it is because we watched multiple times already this preseason come down to the kicker and it screw over. So the fact that he made every one of them counted and mattered.
Yeah.
And it
A couple of them were long too. He had like a 57 yarder. I think was the longest one he had. Maybe
oh really? That's longer than I
it
thought.
was either 57 or 52. But he had a couple long ones. Yeah.
That's still big. But I do stand by that point, and I hate that he's a kicker because as somebody that does not like to use kickers in Madden, that guy showed me there is value to a kicker and field goals.
Yeah.
Don't always go to it. Go for it.
Man, I can't even find his stats on the box score on ESPN. Oh yeah, I can. Um. Oh, that's punting. Kicking. Okay, Jason Myers. Is that who I'm looking at? Oh no, I'm sorry. His longest was 41. But yeah, he tallied 17 total points, 2 extra points, 5 field goals.
That guy, yeah, and he either tied or he may have ended up beating it by the end. The most field goals in Super Bowl history. Most points.
Yeah, I
off
think he
field.
tied it. I think it was 5.
Okay.
I think he tied it.
Okay.
But even those 5 field goals, if Seattle didn't score a touchdown, they still would have won as long as they had the same kicking numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they didn't score a touchdown, that takes away 2 of the kicker's points. But 5 field goals, he still had 15. It would have been 15-13.
Yep. Yeah, and what's fun, and that's the thing. You take away the kicker, or you put him with a lot of the other kickers, would have lost. You would have lost right
Yeah.
there solely because off of one alone. Which, like I said, just go. It's what I thought about while he was making them. I was like, dude, so many kickers flubbed on the last second in this postseason, and that's
Yeah.
what cost people the games to moving on. That's why, in my opinion, I think he should. Which hopefully in the locker room, I'm sure people acknowledged him. It's just he's a kicker, so you can't give him an MVP.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because, I mean, who else deserved it? Yeah, you can make the argument Kenneth Walker. You can maybe make the argument for a defensive player or two, but the thing with the defense, they played crazy good defense, but there wasn't just one guy that did. It was the whole damn
Every
team.
one of them.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate that I did not watch the Seahawks at all this season. This Super Bowl was. I understand why Sam Darnold, and I'm going to mention that because you said it during the Super Bowl, why it made the perfect comparison, which was Kenny Pickett. He is Kenny Pickett. But that's what happens when you put a good offense and a good defense around a Kenny Pickett. They can
Oh no,
go.
I said Drake May looked like Kenny Pickett.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
Well,
'cause he was
I'm
doing
comparing.
awful.
Okay, it was myself then. I compared him to him because it was like nothing against Sam Darnold. He got a Super Bowl just like Kenny Pickett did with the team that was built around him.
Yeah.
It in again nothing against Sam Darnold. He was the main quarterback. He led them. He did awesome, but his team's what did it because he had a lower quarterback rating than the guy that threw 6 interceptions or got sacked 6 times and threw 2 interceptions.
Yeah, Sam Darnold threw 50%. That's not good. That's a not good percentage.
What was
19
the
for 38.
numbers? Okay. Oh my
19
gosh.
for 19 for 38, 202 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, you
One
take
sack,
away those.
one sack for an 8-yard loss.
Take away those 130 rushing yards, 120 rushing yards from Kenneth. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
19 for. That's a terrible.
It's not good. That's like if you're
that's
not in the Super Bowl, you probably stop having that guy throw a quarter earlier.
Yep.
Which they really did too. They ran a lot in the fourth quarter just to burn the clock.
Which was also smart, but yeah, I don't know. Just very surprised. Okay, so did you watch any of the like celebrations or any of the trophy ceremonies or anything?
I watched a couple of the interviews and then I was like, man, I got to go to bed. The only reason I wanted to stay up is because I wanted to see if the kicker was going to win the MVP. But I was like, no, if he does, then he does. If he doesn't, then he doesn't. Either way, I'll figure it out when I wake up. So no, I didn't watch too much of it. By the time they were like up on the podium, I already didn't see anything. I saw them interview Sam Darnold. I saw them interview one of the defensive players. I forget which one.
Did you see him talk to the owner, the woman owner?
Uh-uh.
Dude, it's the only thing. It's the only reason I mention it. The entire stadium booed when she spoke.
Really?
I don't know if it's her or if it was just that the Seahawks won and everybody there was rooting for the Patriots, which I don't understand how with it being Seattle. You know what I mean? But the entire stadium booed her. It was incredible.
That's nuts.
Like, I've seen a lot of hate, but what the fuck? Super Bowl. Let's just end with my final thoughts of the Super Bowl. Screwed the Patriots.
Yeah! Yeah, they lost.
They lost.
They did it again. We now have a... How many people can we add to the hall of teams that saved us from a giant load of horse shit? The Giants twice, the Eagles.
The Eagles, yeah, they're the most recent.
Now,
well, not now.
And now
but,
the Seahawks.
Yeah, I've never been worried about the Cowboys, but the Cowboys fans are the only other people that can kind of relate to any extent. Like, man, this is a good feeling. To not have your team win a Super Bowl, this is the best feeling as there's ever been.
Yeah, there's almost like... There's probably no other team that I would have liked to have seen lose more. It was cool the Chiefs didn't even make it to the playoffs. And it's even cooler that the Patriots lost in the Super Bowl. In, like, atrocious fashion, too. Like, not even good enough to where the Patriots fans can be, like, on the internet making excuses. Like, what excuse are you going to make?
Literally. Yeah, I agree with it. Fully 100% agree with everything you said. The only thing that I'm laughing at, there is one team I would have liked to have seen lost more than the Patriots, and that is the 2016 Gilmer County Girls High School basketball team. I would accept the Patriots overtaking the Steelers for that to never have happened. But then again, though, the amount of jokes that have came from it, it's starting to pay off in the long haul.
Yeah.
And that joke adds to it.
Oh. Yeah, and this time next year, well, I'm sure we'll hear about it again.
It never passes, dude. Never misses.
Yeah.
It's it's like New Year's. It's every year. You you can look forward to that. Seeing that on social media.
That's true. I always liked that either me, you, or Nathan always text one another and was like, I don't know if you heard about this.
And that is exactly what is said. I don't know if you've heard, dude, but the
breaking news. Back when we were children.
Oh my gosh.
Man. That's some funny shit. I have one more sports-related thing that I forgot I didn't sprinkle in here yet. James Harden's a Cavalier.
Surprising. I'm going to start with that.
They didn't get anybody else I wanted him. They didn't get anybody else I wanted him to get, but he is a Cavalier. And he had a good debut. He had a really good debut. 23 points, I think 9 assists or something.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, props to him.
Donovan Mitchell still outscored him because Donovan Mitchell is the dude there, but they play again tonight, 9 p.m. And they're sitting in 4th place in the East.
So, hey, that's pretty solid.
Real tight East standings. I think when I went, they were 7th.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though. That's a perfect playoff position, in my opinion.
Yep, they're 2 games behind 2nd and 3rd. New York and Boston are 2 and 3. They've same amount of wins, same amount of losses. Detroit is 38-13, 7 games ahead of Cleveland. Cleveland's trying to make a run, and I like how they're doing it because you know what? When you acquire James Harden, you have about a year and a half tops before he gets pissed off and wants out. So it's good to see it starting strong. You know, if they make a good playoff run, maybe we'll have him for the rest of his days.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be honest. If he can just help deliver one championship, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
I'll be more than happy. Just give me one more. Just show me that it's not just LeBron's luck. That other stars can do so.
Yeah, like no offense to LeBron, but that's kind of what I've been wanting this whole time. Is just like I want them to do it without him one time.
Yep. Yeah, I love LeBron. He's my favorite player of all time, but he's a ball hog and a city hog, and needs to leave him alone.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard shit's not going too good in L.A. for LeBron.
Doesn't seem to be, does it? Does not seem to be.
I mean, they're fifth in the West. Like they're fine record wise, but you know, there's just all the rumors say there's trouble in paradise. You know what I mean? They're inching towards a divorce.
Yeah.
We could have the retirement squad in in Cleveland next year. You have a 37-year-old James Harden, a 403-year-old LeBron James, and
I wouldn't be surprised with that at all, though. Honestly, I would not be surprised with that at all.
that team would be pretty sick. They would either be awesome or they would be the Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James Cavaliers. I'm not sure which it would be, but
There's a fair
James
chance
Harden
of
at point
both.
guard is working out pretty well for us so far. You got Donovan Mitchell still scoring. While I wanted some other big pieces, you know, I'm glad that we didn't have to get rid of Jarrett Allen or Evan Mobley because those guys are just defensive monsters, and they're still not old. So
Yeah.
we would have traded for somebody that's either 30 plus or close to it. So it's good that we got these vets that are. We got a flat out old guy.
Still,
James Harden's
yeah.
old,
But he still delivers, and he's still reliable, and that's what we need.
being old
Right.
in the NBA isn't as bad as it used to be, man. Like
No.
shit, Steph Curry's still doing it. LeBron James is 900 years old. He's still like he's not the same old LeBron, but shit, he's better than any other 40 plus year old player that we've ever seen.
Yeah. He's still LeBron James. You can't knock him. He's still LeBron James, even with the age and everything.
Yeah, he's just
100%.
he's regressed to Jason Kidd. But if you taking a step down makes you Jason Kidd, then you're probably a pretty damn good basketball player.
Yeah. Who else got traded? Anthony Davis got traded to the Wizards.
Yeah, and he's not
Everybody-
going to play.
Is he not?
They shut him down. They got
Really?
traded to the Wizards, and I believe they said that he's not playing a single game. He's taking the rest of the year off to get healthy. He's never going to get healthy, dude. He's been not healthy since he came in.
Yep.
He's made of glass, which sucks. I like Anthony Davis. You know what I mean? He could have been, if it wasn't for injuries, he could have had an all-time career. He's still very good.
Yeah.
He's still had a very good career, but just made of glass. Trae Young went to the Wizards. That was a little bit before the deadline. He's hurt too.
Is he? I haven't
Yeah,
talked
I
to my
don't-
brother Caleb, so I haven't, or about basketball, so I haven't heard about him. Trey's his favorite player.
Chris Paul got traded to the Raptors.
No. What?
So the Clippers sent him home at the beginning of the season, shut him down. Still had the rights to his contracts. He was under contract or whatever. He didn't officially retire, and then they traded him to the Raptors. And he's not playing there either.
What the?
I think I might have misread this or might be remembering wrong, but I believe I read somewhere that he said he was done.
Retired
like-
mid-season.
Yeah. I don't know if it was an official retirement or if I believe the way that I worded it was he has finished playing basketball.
Yeah.
I might be wrong about that. Shit, he might not even know yet. You know what I mean? You know how athletes go. They never know when they are or aren't wrapping it up.
Yeah, that's still hard to hear, though. That's just so crazy. So crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It sucks. Our childhood is dying, NBA wise, shit everywhere wise.
We are getting old. We are getting old. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Oh, oh well. Sports still continue. We'll just evolve with them. That's what
Right.
happens. UFC will take over because everything else fucking sucks.
I'm
There's the
fine with
F
that.
word.
If I get to watch it every week, you know what? That'll keep me occupied. That'll really keep me
Yeah.
occupied with football being done. Like I still get something to watch on the weekends.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
Daytona
100%.
500 Sunday.
Yeah.
It's unrelated to anything we just said, but it's true. It's happening. It's Sunday.
That's funny. I did not know that.
Yeah,
Really? Fight
it's always the week after the Super Bowl. Yeah,
Super Bowl.
because
Yeah.
they know better. They know better than to try to counter program the Super Bowl. It's not going to work.
I still fight. That's funny. Huh. I knew that, but that's surprising at the same time. Like, just haven't thought about that.
I feel like their off season is like 2 seconds long.
Yeah, it can't be too long. Especially, well, I guess with the other series, though, you're able to transition in and out to where maybe
Yeah.
your season ends a little quicker than some others. Uh, Sports are a funny thing. Dude, I have a question for you. This is related to, I figured coming up with a good question, because I didn't come up with one for the banter wheel uh, related to Valentine's Day. Um, but I figured something that would be general and that I know I've either seen on Reddit or Instagram or something. We'll do your opinion first. What, in your opinion, what's worst? Or not just for Valentine's Day, but in general for anything. Receiving no gift at all for something, or a gift that has no thought or care specific to you or something that you're interested in.
Um, I would for a thing like Valentine's Day. You mean Valentine's Day specific or any holiday?
Let's say Valentine's Day for this now. I have it written down in general, but let's say Valentine's Day since that is what's coming up and it kind of tailors for this episode.
I'd almost say that I'd rather like receive nothing at all than receive something with zero like not even zero thought behind it, but like negative thought behind it. You know what I mean? Like if you I'm trying to think of a good example. Just something that like I wouldn't I wouldn't enjoy at all, and if I got this I'd be like, oh okay, you didn't even try.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know why it almost feels like more of a gut punch. Like it feels like a gut punch if you get something that like if I were to receive something that I've made it very clear that I don't like or don't enjoy or something like that. Like, oh okay, you just got something to get something.
Yeah.
I would have much rather received nothing because I can chalk that up to a lot of different things. Maybe you didn't have the money, maybe you didn't have the time, whatever. That's fine. That's not what it's
Yep.
about. Not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not what it's about to me. I don't require a gift. But if you do feel the need to get me a gift, and it's the most random shit possible, something that I have no interest in or no care in whatsoever, I'm like, oh, okay, you just, like, did this to, like, look good. You know what I mean? So you didn't put
100%.
any thought into this.
Yep. As an
Now, if
adult,
it
that's
was
how it goes.
if it was a Christmas or birthday or something, it would depend on who it's from. Like if
Hmm.
one of my distant members of my family like got me anything, I wouldn't care what it was. I'd be like, oh shit, it was nice that you were thinking of me. I don't even care if this sucks or not. But like with Valentine's Day, it's just your significant other. So it's
Yeah.
like if I see something, if I were to receive something that I can tell that you got it just because you saw it, I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Now, if there's a bunch of different things, like if you get me a basket and it's got some shit that I'd like, and then some other random shit, I'm like, I'm fine with that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's
But
cute and that's the gift.
yeah,
Yes. See, that's where I'm at too with it. Being an adult, I gotta say, being an adult at my current stage in life, it's the thought that counts to me. So it's the fact that if there's any thought put forth, that's great. But along with thought, I like honesty. So if you're not putting thought behind a gift and you're just last second getting something, or you just don't care, it means more to me for you to just be like, I couldn't this year, I didn't this year, I forgot this year, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I would even accept I forgot. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I respect honesty more than sympathy. I don't want
Yeah.
sympathy on a day like Valentine's Day, because also as an adult, at least I understand, it's hard to keep track of days sometimes. Even like they start putting Valentine's Day stuff out after Christmas, so you got 2 months of seeing hearts and candy before you can really go through and uh, start thinking or need to start thinking about buying flowers or buying anything related to what there is that they're or just Valentine's Day in general. It's just hard.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I don't a gift with no thought. I love that you put that because if it wasn't Valentine's Day traditionally, if it's somebody that you don't normally get something from or think of, the thought's what counts. So the fact that they thought of you is what matters. So I love that you threw that in there last second, dude. That's a great additive to have. Not specific for Valentine's Day, but for the other holidays. Is that that's what shows their thought in it. They cared. Distant relatives can be very in between.
Yeah, yeah. If it's a holiday or a birthday, if it's I will accept anything. I don't care how stupid it is. But
Yep.
yeah, if it's significant other day, if it's Valentine's Day and you bring me like a hamster wheel, like okay, like you just grab some shit. Like what am I
A
gonna do with
butter,
this?
yeah, a Butterfinger, and then whatever change they had from their car. They're just
Yeah. I would actually like change. I have coin operated laundry downstairs. I wouldn't even mind change like that. That's my thing. Is like I don't require a lot of thought, but if I can tell that you put like anti thought into it, like I can
yeah,
tell that you just grab some shit. If you can grab some shit that I could find useful in any sense of the word, then I'm fine with that. But
yeah.
like, so it doesn't have to be super super thought out. But like, if you just go into a store and you buy like a jock strap and some paper clips. Like, okay, you just grab some shit.
Money spent.
Congratulations.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I totally get that. That's so
Like
funny.
I'm even fine with just cards. You know what I mean? As long as like the cards like cool, or it doesn't even have to be cool. Like if it's something that I
Filled
like, if it's
out.
got like yeah, if it's got like a picture of a bear or a cat or something on it, I'm like, oh, nice, hell yeah.
Yeah. I really, I'm a very sentimental person, so I love a good card. I love anything that just shows meaning. That's where it shows, like, if
Yeah.
there's thought to it, there's value to me to it. I see your perceived value. I have perceived value of it. So, very cool, very awesome. That's a good way there. Good question to there kind of end on. I should probably go soon so I can let Layla bath or give her a bath. Help Faith give her a bath.
Oh yeah, dude. Do what you got to do.
Any last second thoughts for this here post Super Bowl, pre Valentine's Day, post Valentine's Day, depending on when people watch this episode?
Yeah, yeah. So, first, I'll give some heartfelt stuff. If for Jesus, easy for me to say. For Valentine's Day, if you have a significant other, do something. Do something for them. If you can't give them the world, give them a card, give them something. Like put forth some thought. It doesn't have to be too crazy. Do something nice, even
Yep.
if it's just like, even if it's just like surprising them with dinner or whatever. Everybody's got different financial situations, but like you don't even have to take them out to dinner. Cook them something nice. Just do something. Put some thought forth. If you do not have a significant other, then you don't have UFC to watch. Sorry, you got to wait till next week. But nonetheless, enjoy your Valentine's days. Be safe in every aspect of the word, driving and other things. Unless
Yeah.
unless you're unless you have a set plan to not be safe in other things. But yeah, always be safe driving. If you go out drinking, don't drive home. Um, and above all else, the Patriots just lost the Super Bowl. So if you're having a bad day because it's Valentine's Day and you don't have a significant other, you don't have one anymore, so you just got dumped, You can always just sit down and really think back to the last week and think, well, at least the New England Patriots aren't Super Bowl champions.
That's
And
right.
that should get you through the rest of your day. Unless you're a Patriots fan, in which case, if you're a Patriots fan, I hope you have a really shitty time. I hope you had a shitty day yesterday. I hope you have a shitty day for the next week. And come September, I hope you have 18 consecutive shitty weeks after that. I hope your life goes all right, but in terms of football,
Yeah.
I hope you're never happy again. Yeah. So.
Yep. That's absolutely right. Yeah, the Patriots suck. I'll make mine short. The Patriots suck. Captain Crunch's first name is Horatio, so everybody look that up.
Is that real? I'll
Yeah,
have to check that out.
Horatio Magellan Crunch.
Hmm.
Not joking. Yeah, stupid. And I guess Happy Valentine's Day. Love is in the air, at least around here on both sides of the Backroad Banter. And if you're going to blame anybody at all for the Holocaust, it is actually the death of Hans Spreader. If it was not for the death of Hans Spreader,
That's right.
we would not be where we are today. So
Did I send that to you? I forget
you
if I
did.
sent that to you.
You
I?
did send.
That
Yes.
shit was funny.
Yes, Hans' premature death caused the unfortunate. I don't know. It caused the Holocaust.
He said, "Whoa, that number is much worse than 500." I thought
said, "No,
500 was a lot. No, it's barely any.
But everybody always said that if they had a time machine, they would go back in time to.
Yeah. That
Oh
was nuts.
gosh.
Oh man, whoever doesn't know what we're talking about, I don't even know. I don't know what page that was found on, but it was. But if you stumble across it, you'll know what we're talking about.
You'll know what we're talking about. Look out for. Look
It
into
was,
the history of Hans Sprecher.
Nunogram. The guy's name is Joe Nunnik, I believe is how you pronounce that. It was very funny. He's on Instagram. Yeah, it was Nunogram and Burner Phone Media.
Well,
It
there
was
we
a funny
go.
skit. It was a good skit. Check it out.
There we go. Other than that, happy Valentine's Day. Hope everybody enjoyed episode 59. Look forward to episode 60. That's a milestone. 60 weeks straight. That's pretty incredible, dude. I'm looking forward to that episode. Heck, that one could end up. Heck yeah, I'm excited for that. This is going to be an awesome weekend. Awesome next week. And, well, we'll see everybody later.
Oh, yeah, and before we close up shop, with episode 60 being next week, I want you all just to remember that's also the number of the Super Bowl the Patriots just lost. Good night, everybody.